Hello everybody, good evening. I hope you're having a lovely day. Really quick one again today. I thought I would jump on to tell you a little bit more about a concept of you may have heard of it. It's called residual income. It's also known as passive income or recurring income. So you've probably heard about all these different things before. And there's so many myths surrounding this concept, and it's something that I've been studying for a while. And obviously, as a business coach, for me, it's something that I had to get to grips with, because you have to learn how to do it. And despite whatever it is that you do, as long as you love doing what you do, like, that's a really, really great concept to have. Okay. But if you stop doing what you doing tomorrow, whether that's your job, whether that's your business, whatever it may be, if you stop doing it, what would your source of income be? So if you weren't working anymore, would you still create an income? Would you still be making any form of an income, any money, or anything really? Would you be making anything? And if not, you need to be looking at this concept, because it's an amazing concept, and it's really, really important that in this day and age, with the current political and economic climate, that you understand and you know how this concept is, that it works. So I tried to find a really, really basic definition of what a residual income is. And all it is basically the basic form of it. It says is when you continue to get paid after the work is done. So that could be in any way that you choose for it to be. So for example, with me in my coaching business, one of the ways that I have a recurring income is that I have an online video, and it's a course, an online video course, but I've already had these pre-recorded. So at any time that somebody goes online and buys this pre-recorded video, that will be a recurring income for me, because that will just, even though I've done that before, I don't have to be there for them to sell it to them. I don't have to tell them what it's all about. I don't have to do anything. Like, they see it, they buy it, and that's it. I could be fast asleep in bed while that is happening. But that is the concept of a recurring income, and it's something that's really, really amazing if you get your head around it. And some of the most amazing people have said, if you understood the power of a recurring income, you would go through brick walls to make it happen, to get them. And there's so many different ways that you can do it. Now, you don't have to have, the biggest misconception with wealth and with money is that you have to have money to make money, which is obviously a big lie. You don't have to do that. There's like multi-millionaires, and they had nothing. But because good business people know how to create that and know how to find the financing for it. But there's all sorts of different ways to do it. One of the ways that you can have a recurring income is through the stocks. So if you trade, or if you trade on the foreign exchange or the stocks or whatever it is you trade on, trading is a way to make a recurring income. Another way is buying and investing in properties. So if you are an investor, if you buy and sell properties, you may rent out the property, but every time your tenants pay you rent every month, you don't have, you could be fast asleep and that rent could go straight into your bank account. You don't need to be there to make or make that sell every single month. That is a recurring income. Another way is, like I said, video course, like I have on my website. Another way is through online businesses and through products. Big movement in this sort of industry as well at the moment. So creating an income from selling a product. Not so much a service really, but you can sell services. But mainly selling a product, you don't have to be there to sell it. It could be online, and that's just a recurring income every time they sell. There has to be the key thing with recurring incomes is that there has to be a system in place for you to follow in order for that to make any sort of sense or for it to work at all. There has to be a system, and that's the key thing. A system has to be in place for you to be able to become successful at creating a recurring income. Recurring incomes are one of the biggest myths in them is that you don't have to do any work, and that is a lie. Unfortunately, nothing in life is worth having comes easy. So the same sort of applies to recurring incomes. The initial is hard work. Doing the first bit, so if it could be, you know, getting clients, it could be recording the videos, it could be buying the property and renovating it, it could be, you know, that learning how to trade, all the different things first, that takes time, it takes effort. But once you know how to do it, it is really, really worth it, and you can create a recurring income every single time it happens. Now, one of the key things in creating it is learning how to leverage. So that's a really, really key point here. So that is leverage, and you have to learn how to leverage time and money. So there are two things you have to learn how to leverage, and that's just being able to, ideally, other people's time and money, but learning how to leverage anything, and definitely in business, and making it scalable is really, really an important thing. So if you can trade a product, for example, and people have to keep buying a product, or keep buying anything that you sell, or keep having to pay every month for rent, or whatever that may be, you are leveraging other people's time and other people's money in order to be able to do that. And you know, it's fascinating. It really is fascinating. Now, for anybody, you know, we all have been there. There's always too much month at the end of the money. That's the same for like 99% of people. People are not living within the means, or they have to live within the means, but they want more from their life, but they don't know how to. Now, this concept is genius. It's absolutely genius, and you have to be open-minded to it, because the fact of the matter is, you are not trained to think this way. You are not trained to think like a business person, to think in this sort of mindset, because it's just not the way that it is. It's not the way that you know, it doesn't work on for people, for government, for employers to think like this. So if you think about it, you go to school and you learn how to go to school so that you can go to college and do your A-levels, and then you can go to university and do your degree so you can get a good job, J-O-B, just over broke. Then you can spend 40 hours a week working for 40 years of your life to retire on 40% of your income. And that is, unfortunately, the state of how it is now. That is what you have to learn to do. Residual income is not something that you have to learn. You don't learn that in your maths class. You don't learn that in PSHE or whatever it is. Like, you don't learn it because you don't need to. You don't need to learn it to be a good employee. You don't need to learn it to be a good employee. And that's just it's not sorry, it's great. And if you are, you know, if you're doing a job that you love, and you know, it's really passionate for you, and you're happy in that life, then you know what, that's the best thing. And I'm really, really happy that you know, this system worked for you. But I know that there is a lot of people out there that need more, that want more for their life, that want to be able to travel or do whatever they want to do, but they just don't know how to do it. This is the answer. You just have to be open-minded and look for it. Now, it's not always wrapped up in exactly how you want it to be, but it's always, always worth looking into. So if you're looking to make more money, or have more time, because it's another thing that people don't have, freedom. Because, you know, this is the most amazing thing about money is, money doesn't buy happiness. No, money will never buy you happiness. I know some very, very wealthy people who are not happy. That is a fact. But money will buy you freedom, and that is the fact. You have freedom when you have the finances, because you can have the freedom to do whatever you want to do, go wherever you want to go, have whatever you want to have, and create a lifestyle that you want to create. That is what money brings you. So if you know how to create an income, create a recurring income, you don't have to worry about doing something that you don't want to do anymore. You don't have to be just over broke anymore. And that is just a really, really amazing concept. And you know what the best thing is? If you have belief and conviction in yourself, you have that power to create it for yourself. There are a million ways for you to do it. There are so many ways. You just have to be open into looking into it a little bit further than what you would usually do it anyway. So that is one concept. And it's just, you know, you have to really, you know, if you love what you do, and if it's something that you're really, really passionate about, then that is the best thing. And it's the best thing for anybody in any sort of arena to be doing what you love every day. And that's what I mean, I do. I love what I do. I love the fact that I coach for people and I help people do what they love. And I love the fact that I can help people get from A to B faster than what they would do on their own, or to change the way people think or do things, or to make people, do you know the best thing about my job is that I get to let people see the potential that I see in them that they never saw in themselves. And that is like the best feeling ever, to see that light bulb and you think, oh my God, and you just see it, and it's just something that I love. And that's not a recurring income. I don't make a recurring income from doing what I do, because I have to be there, and that's what happens with being self-employed. I have to be at that place to help these people do it. But I love doing that. But there's so many people that don't love doing what they do, and you have to create your life around the lifestyle choices that you want and do things that you want to do. And you have to believe in yourself so much more than what you are doing. So that is one of the key things in it. You can have the freedom, you can create recurring incomes, but you have to believe in yourself. And this is what it comes down to. Like, you are so much more worthy than what you think you're worthy of, if that makes sense. Like, you are so worthy to have whatever you want to have and to do whatever you want to do, and you just have to believe in it. Like, I believe in my clients so much. Even, they have these most amazing things that they do and they want to have, and they see, they have this vision, and I see it with them. And that's what you need to have, that as well. You have to have that complete conviction and belief in yourself, and know that there's another way that you can find and do things. So like I said, those are just some, or if you write a book, for example, that's another way you can create recurring income through the royalties of it. So I've got an ebook, but I've not published any sort of book yet. But that's one way that you can create an income from it. Like I said, property, investing in property is a great way to create a recurring income through rent. Online businesses is a really, really great thing. Like, it's the business of the 21st century. If you're not online doing businesses, if your business cannot operate online, you won't have a business in the next few years. I really, really do believe that. Like I said, as a business coach, that is some really, really big advice for anybody that is in business right now. I would definitely look into having something online. A property video. Oh, I'm back. Yay! Okay, I think my connection went a little bit funny then. So I'm going to wrap it up before it goes completely. What was I saying? Yeah, about recurring income. So that's one of the best things you can do. And yeah, the biggest thing, like some really, really good advice as well, is like, I'm in the personal development industry, and that's a really big, great industry to be in right now. It's got huge exponential growth. That is something that, that's just amazing industry to be in. So if it's something that you're passionate about, great industry to start being in. The second thing I wanted to let you know about, the health and wellness industry as a whole is the next $1 trillion industry. So that means that there's, out of all the industries there are, that is going to be the next big one. The exponential growth that's happened in that industry has been absolutely phenomenal. So if you are looking at creating a recurring income, look at that sort of industry as well. So see if you can, whatever you have, you're passionate about, look at the health and wellness industry, and they will also be able to, will get you on the right path, because you can't always predict. And good business people, you can't, take risks, but amazing business people take calculated risks. Okay, so if you know the information, take it. And as an entrepreneur, as a business person, you have to take calculated ones. You have to take the risks that are worth taking. So number one is that you have to, like I said, look at being in a industry that is growing, and it's growing exponentially. But like I said, right now, personal development, health and wellness industry is going to be growing, and it's going to keep growing and keep growing and keep growing. So that's definitely one to go into. And then finally, the second thing is looking at creating a recurring income from that, or not necessarily from that industry, but creating a recurring income, because it will change your life. Because if you had no job tomorrow, if you woke up tomorrow without a job, how would you make your money? How would you live? And do you know what? The average millionaire has about 7 sources of income. They do it for a reason. These people know for a reason. So you absolutely, if you're wanting an 8-9 figure income every year, even if it's not about the money, if you just want the freedom, then you have to be looking at creating an income or recurring income that would give you that leverage to be able to do it. So I'll wrap it up there because I have got work to do. It's Black Friday tomorrow, so I got some really amazing deals and offers that I'm going to be doing, but I'll hush until tomorrow. I'll tell you all about them then. Finally, just very quickly before I go, on Sunday, I am going to be having, I'm going to do a webinar, and it's all going to be about recurring income. It's going to be about how to create recurring incomes, the best strategies that you can get into for recurring incomes, and different ways to create them, and different, sources of it, because there's so many ways that you can create another income for yourself, but you just need to know the ways, and you need to be open. Like, if there are spaces available. They were originally available for the people that are in my community. I'm opening the last few spaces up for people that aren't in my community now. But that just allows you to learn a little bit more about how to create more of an income for you, and how to do what it is that you love to do, and make a recurring income from that. I can have like quick consultations. I'll do a Q&A on there as well if there's any questions. So if you want to do that, and I'm actually going to be on there with a special guest. Now, the special guest that I'm going to be on there with is a business person. So he's going to be live. His company is probably turning over about $150 million dollars a year in the US. And he has created some really, really amazing businesses. He's incredible. His mindset is unwavering. But he will be with me on there. You'll see who it is on the day. So this is a really, really amazing webinar on there and he will be there. He won't be there with me, but he'll be joining us on Zoom to be able to tell you a little bit more about recurring incomes and how he became a millionaire by the age of 20, how he's created this sort of wealth. And I know that's something that so many people want to know how to do more of. So I'm going to have him. So if you want to join on Sunday, drop me a line on Facebook or info@natashasara.com. You can definitely email me as well. And I can pop you on. I can send you the link to join us at the webinar on Sunday at 8 p.m. So yeah, send me your email so that I can do that. And he will be joining us too, which is very, very exciting. And you'll know all about him. You may have seen him. He's in the press quite a bit, or he has been in the press quite a bit. So you may know who he is, but it's amazing, and I can't wait to share, and I can't wait for you to learn from this amazing person and share some of his top tips with you. So that's that. And then tomorrow I'll be back on again to tell you a little bit more about Black Friday offers, because that's as exciting. Everyone loves offers. So I'm going to go now. Enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. And I will speak to you tomorrow to tell you a little bit more about some of the offers in my business that are happening over the weekend. But yes, enjoy your night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Mwah.